What up? What up? What up, world? How's everybody doing today? Week 11 getting started. Hope everyone's having a good morning. I know I am. It's week 11 football. Can't wait. And then next week, we get Thanksgiving with 3 games on Wednesday. Ugh, can't be better. So, just getting us started through this morning, doing my normal morning here. Ant might be joining me. If not, he'll be in the chats for sure. So don't stress, he will be around. um, we got Dustin in here first. We got Neanderthal jumping in. What's going on, brother? um, so just getting us started. Teams on a bye: Broncos and Rams. Make sure they're out of your lineup. They should be already. Just to go over a few things, we are doing a promotion with St. Jude's Research Hospital. We are going to be donating $1 for every new subscriber. Our very own Dustin will be doing that. Dem Boys is also one of our ambassadors who is also going to match Dustin with his dollar. So essentially $2 to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. So please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Every subscribe will get us a lot closer to 300. That's our main goal, but we're trying to get higher than that, of course. We also have other people willing to help out as well. John Smith, who's a part of this as well. He's going to be donating, and a few others as well. So I'm sorry if I forgot everybody that's currently, um, you know, donating and helping us out with that. We also, um, sorry, I'm just getting things set up here. We also, you know, do our little plugs here. We have our partnership with Underdog Fantasy, so make sure you guys check out Underdog and make sure you use the promo code Get Right. And when you do, they will match whatever you put in over $10. They will match it 100%. They have daily fantasy drafts that they do. It's basically drafting your team instead of picking the lineups like most like FanDuel and stuff like that. They also have prop bets. They have a few other things as well that are always up and fun to do. So make sure you guys check them out. They're a great site. We've been using them for a while and enjoying it very much. So make sure you guys check them out as well. All right. So to start off, we're going just getting reports as I come in. Uh, so one of the things that we're going to be talking about today is players expected to play. I do have a banner going up right now with players that are out and players likely to play. That will be coming in down here, so check it out. But I'm going to go over a few of them now. One of the ones that just came in was Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders was activated from the IR yesterday, and the reports keep saying that one man's going to be, one of the guys that have been, there, Gainwell, Jordan Howard, Boston Scott. One of those guys is going to not be active today. It looks like it's going to be Kenny Gainwell. So do not play Kenny Gainwell today. So make sure you guys use that, take him out of your lineup. Players that are going to be expected to play today. We have Baker Mayfield, who's literally being held together by duct tape. He has a heel injury, a shoulder injury, a everything injury. He's just going to be the $1 million man playing through it. Nick Chubb coming off COVID, he'll be there. Demetric Felton, we already knew as well. Rashad Bateman's fine. He'll be in there. On the defensive side of the ball, we have Patrick Peterson. He'll be active today for the Vikings. Miles Sanders, who I just talked about. Dallas Goedert will be available as well. Tony Jones Jr., he's a surprise active, and it's because the Saints were short at running back with Ty Montgomery out. So they're going to have Tony Jones in there with Mark Ingram, so that's a good thing. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, he was activated from IR too. He should be playing in this game from what I'm told. So that might screw up the backfield a tad, but not as much as you might think it will. I'm just getting news now that Donovan Peoples-Jones will be inactive today. So it will be Jalen will be Jarvis Landry, Rashad Higgins, Bradley Kager and Kager are available today. So just know that right now. Donovan Peoples-Jones inactive. So take him out of your lineup. Joey Bosa should be active today as well. He was dealing with COVID. He is off the list. Chase Claypool and Ben look like they're going to be playing as well. So we will hopefully have them. It looks like Jamal Williams is likely to play as well. And we did get news this morning that James Robinson will be active. He is officially active as of right now. They're also expecting Elijah Mitchell to be inactive today. So it looks like, that finger has not healed yet, which is kind of expected. He just had surgery on Monday. So I didn't see him playing in the first spot. Looks like Jeff Wilson will get the start there. Players out today, the big news guys are Alvin Kamara, Tyron Armstead, and Ryan Ramax. I can never say his name. Ramczyk, something like that. Oh, Ramczyk. There we go. They're going to be out for the Saints. The Tyron and Ryan are both the left and right tackle. So it is what it is. Goff Swam, the tight end for the Tennessee Titans, he'll be out as well today with Jeremy McNichols. So Jeremy McNichols will be out today. Ricky Seals-Jones is going to be out as well. A surprise out is Marquise Brown. So fire up Rashad Bateman today and Sammy Watkins. They should be good to go. Khalil Mack and Akeem Nicks on the defensive side of the ball for the Bears. They're going to be out as well. David Bakhtiari is going to be out as well for the Packers. Aaron Jones, we already knew about. Amari Cooper, we heard about on Friday. He'll be out with COVID. DeAndre Hopkins is going to be out. Chris Carson is going to be out for the season. TJ Watt will be out this week with Joe Hayden and Mika Fitzpatrick. So that's a huge blow to that Pittsburgh defense. Tyron Spick for the Cowboys is also looking very unlikely to play. We also got news this morning that Kylo Murray most likely will not play in this game. He does have a high ankle sprain, so it looks like he's probably not going to be going. So be prepared for that. I was not high on Kyler this week. The way that it sounded like he was going to be out anyway because they have the bye week next week. So I feel like they were just going to push it to the limit anyway to make it so that he is completely out. So that's what it looks like. Apparently, Aaron Rodgers is dealing with a really bad toe injury. It's real and it's concerning. He'll be dealing with it for the rest of the season, apparently, but he will play through it. He will be there. Another quarterback news that I wanted to bring up is Lamar Jackson. There's been a lot of reports this morning saying that he is not, he's not in good shape. Justina Anderson was saying, I was told Lamar status is up in the air. My understanding is he's still not complete. My understanding is there's still not complete clarity on what's causing Jackson's illness other than an apparent virus. I know that they're all trying to figure out the virus and what he has. Either way, it doesn't look like he will be 100% on the field. He'll be on the field most likely, but it's in this particular case that he does not look good. There was another report saying that he doesn't look like himself. That's not good. Those are not things you want to hear from your starting quarterback if you're playing him. So if you have him in your lineup, do not, I would maybe pivot if you have an option. Maybe Tua, maybe Jimmy Garoppolo, just somebody that is healthy and in a good matchup. That's what I would, advise if I were the Lamar Jackson owner. That's just my call. But it is what it is. Maybe he'll have one of those Gordon games where, the Michael Jordan game where he had the flu and, had probably one of his best games of his career. I'm not thinking that that's going to happen, but we'll have to see. So getting back to the chat, we got a bunch of people in here. We got Patrick back. What's going on, man? Was down 4 points on Monday night. Had Van Jefferson left and just snuck by. Good for you, brother. Very cool. Ty Johnson, AP, Droppy, or Miles Sanders. Oh, Miles Sanders or Tyler Boyd. Oof. That's a real tough one there, Neanderthal. I think I might go. I think I might go Tyler Johnson. Just they're going to be down. I feel like it's going to be a pass. Just one of those games where they're going to pass down. Um, he's probably my best option out of that group. That I don't trust Droppy Anderson or Miles Sanders coming off an injury. So I'm in deep. I'm in deep shit. I played against the Patriots Thursday night, so I'm down 40. Ugh. Already, course. Course, I dropped Peterson, and now his projection goes up. Well, it goes up because McNichols is out. So, Dearness or Emmanuel Sanders, been a bust lately, but I know if I sit him, he'll go off. I'm more confident with Emmanuel Sanders today. Cole Beasley's a little banged up, more than we thought. Dearness is not a bad play either. He still does well. So I'm not going to put up Dustin's, but he said, yeah, screw James Robinson. I have to start Carlos Hyde. I'll put it up. It's already blocked. I still have to start Carlos Hyde. James Robinson's playing, bro. So if you have him, start him. Them boys agreeing with me. I'd say you go with Sanders. Yeah, I know, but the Browns receivers are banged up. Yeah, I get that. I'm already screwed down 40. So we understand that becomes tough. It's a tough team, and that's tough to come back from. Them boys saying Sanders has the biggest boom potential out of those two. So if you're already down, that's where I'd go. Yeah. It's all good, brother. So like I said, Emmanuel Sanders, I think is going to actually have a decent day today. It's a good matchup against Indianapolis, who's pretty weak at D-back at this point. So we'll see how that goes. A little later in the show, I'm going to do, what I've been doing the last couple weeks is with daily fantasy, just, putting in a daily lineup, giving you guys some value picks to go from. And I'll set my lineup with you guys in one of my league, in just a random league to see what I can do. I have a lot of guys that are really low on the totem pole in daily fantasy that you can pick up and play. So it is what it is. I graduated literally because of football and my family ties. Yeah, there you go. Neanderthal saying, thanks, Mike. How about a second option? And are you in here? No, he's not in here. Not yet, anyway. That's a tough option. Them boys, help him out here. Ty Johnson, all day. Robbie Anderson and Miles Sanders or Tyler Boyd. Those are really tough options. I just like Ty Johnson just because this could be a game where they're going to just be dumping off to the running back, to Carter or Johnson. Um, in these situations, when you're playing your flex, I'd rather trust a running back over the wide receiver because wide receiver is less likely to get points. So, in my opinion, it's really Ty Johnson, AP, or Miles Sanders. They've been running the ball a little bit better lately, but Sanders coming off the injury, I can't trust yet. So it's hard for me to put him in my lineup, even though he's probably the more talented option. AP is AP, but he's going against Houston. So it's hard to choose with Deontay Foreman, and him switching, basically splitting carries. Like I said on Friday, they're basically splitting carries at this point. Them boys saying I have to say Ty Johnson too. Yeah, always giving me hard ones, man. That's tough. I mean, those are the questions we're looking for. I mean, honestly, it's very, very difficult to get into with those, bottom of the barrel guys. It's really a coin flip in a lot of ways, because we're trying to figure out who's going to have the best production, and it's those types of players are in that situation. I have Mark Ingram or Miles Sanders at this point. I'm having a rough time trying to, convince myself to play Miles Sanders or Myles Gaskin because I've been playing him all year. And now Mark Ingram is by himself with only Tony Jones behind him going against Philly. I have an odd feeling that that's a better option because it's just him instead of Solomon Ahmed and Patrick Lard, behind him where, with Myles Gaskin, even though it's a good matchup, I just don't know. I don't know how I feel about my confidence playing him. But I also have guys like Joe Mixon and James Robinson that I wouldn't play either one of those over. So it's a tough scenario. Patrick goes, Sammy Watkins is available. Should I try to scoop him up? I think I have dropped Wentz, though, and don't think Brady has bye yet. No, Brady already had his bye. So you're good. But I think Watkins is a good pickup, but I don't think he's worth picking up in this particular scenario. He's been underproducing in general, even though today he might do well. Brown might be back next week. I really would avoid Sammy Watkins at this point. Just my own opinion. So we got about 15 minutes till in actives. So keep throwing your questions out if you have any questions. Sorry, I need a drink. But like I said, a lot of these injuries, I mean, we have a laundry list of of injuries and inactives, actives, people that they think are going to play and not play. So I hope we can rule these players in and out as we get into the morning. Thankfully, a lot of these are in the morning games. The afternoon games, like I said, thanking them boys there. Like I said, Kylo Murray is most likely not going to play this game. I would probably pivot to another option. I'm okay with starting Christian Kirk, but also Colt McCoy is a little hurt. He has a pec injury, so I would be very, very worried about this. I mean, they're playing Seattle, who's probably one of the worst, not the best defense in the world, but they can come at you. So don't sleep on them. They might be a decent, DFS play as well. Patrick saying, yeah, screw all those professionals. Advice on ESPN. They suck. All guys, they say to play. You don't, what I learned so far. Yeah, it's hard because they push people for certain scenarios on their own. Some they live, live and stand by. It is what it is. I use them more for like on the field, stuff. Yeah. And as them boys said, we're definitely smarter than ESPN for sure. Yeah, it's hard to watch, guys like Matt Berry and Field Yates in the morning. That's what I tend to do in the morning. But I watch it more for, seeing the field, seeing what the players are going to be going against. I like the beat reporter, news and stuff like that. They are a little bit more knowledgeable than what we have with, guys like Matthew Berry and stuff like that. I don't know. I feel like we do a pretty good job. Of course, I dropped Peterson, and a team I'm fighting was desperate for running back and grab. Well, that's what happens, man. That's what happens. Don't stress too much. That type of stuff happens all the time. I'm in that current. I'm in a situation sort of like that right now. I'm waiting for my guy to. I'm hoping my guy realizes that Lamar isn't hurt, or sorry, that Lamar is in a tough spot. Oh, you asked this you asked this on Friday. I'm gonna go with Gallup. And the reason why is because Bateman's not a bad option. It's just the problem is that if Lamar is not 100%, that doesn't mean it just means he's not going to do as good as you think. So I would really be sticking with the quarterback that I know and a matchup that's going to be, just screaming points, which I know a lot of people say that it's going to be. It might not be. A lot of times they say, yeah, this is going to be a barn burner. And then it's just underwhelming because the teams are just good and they know each other. But in this case, I'm going to go with Gallup just because the news with Lamar just scares me a little bit. I'm already done with Pat's defense, but I have Bill's defense. So yeah, Bill's defense isn't a bad option. So I'm getting news right now. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is back for the Chiefs. James Palmer is reporting this, and I've been told they'll watch pregame warmups pretty closely. They don't really know how much he's going to play as of right now. So I wasn't thinking of starting Clyde Edwards-Helaire in any shape, way, or form. He's probably going to be underutilized as well. So for me, I would be a little bit better not starting him today, but at least he's available, which is a good thing at least for the team. Patrick saying playing against Lamb, Eckler, Prescott, Ingram, and Evans, but I have Brady. So if he scores, at least Brady gets some. Yeah, true. Them boys going, those options suck too. I'd say Edwards simply because of QB situation. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. We got Jonathan Smith in the house. What's going on, Jonathan? What up, Mike? Been gone the past few days. Key question for today: start Ingram or Michael Carter? That's a great question. I really like that question. It's very interesting. They're right around the same for me. I currently have on my rankings, I have Carter literally like a spot ahead of Ingram, but I think I'm going to adjust it a tad because I like Ingram a tad better in this game, just because he's the only guy there. Carter's going to get a lot. If it's PPR, I might be a little bit more inclined to play Carter. But if it's standard, I'd definitely be a little bit better with Ingram. So I think Ingram is the safer floor. Carter is the higher ceiling just because of the PPR option. So that's what I have to say about that. Patrick going, I think next week we're going to get a snow game. We'll see. A lot of games are in that. So John's saying it's PPR. Yeah, then I might lean Michael Carter. I think they're going to be in passing situations. So we'll see how that goes. Patrick asking about kickers. Yeah. So we got Gano against Tampa or Boswell against the Chargers. Let me double check my notes here. They're in a dome for the Chargers game. Ben looks like he's going to play. I have both of them pretty much ranked like right behind one another. I like both kickers. Boswell is not bad at all. I have Boswell at 11 and Gano at 15. So I might go with Boswell just because they're playing in that dome. Less likely there are, element issues. Ben should be playing. So if Ben's playing, they have a little bit more move. The problem is the defense. They're going to be very short in a lot of scenarios. So they might need to move the ball a little more methodically. They might get stalled. Giants are always stalling. But I feel like right now that might be your best option is Boswell. I'm basically just running the Titans team today. I got A.J. Brown, Bullock, and the Titans defense. Those aren't bad options, when it comes to, playing a lot of players. If you're going to be playing their defense and their kicker, that's fine. And then playing A.J. Brown. Sorry about that. Glad I caught it. So I'm okay. Ooh, so I'm getting a report saying I'm told Lamar Jackson is not doing well enough to play. This is by Josina Anderson. Take that into account, guys. I really don't think he will be active, and if he is active, he's definitely not going to be 100%. It's Tyler Huntley who's going to be the backup, maybe starter. So just be aware he's probably not going to play today. I just don't see it. We got another 5 minutes till inactives and actives, so we'll see. Hector Gonzalez, what's going on, brother? He's asking to play two. Gallup, Jeff Wilson, Kirk, or Bateman. I'm going Gallup and Jeff Wilson. Those are my two for today. Better matchups. I love Jeff Wilson, so 90% of the time I'm going to tell you Jeff Wilson. Patrick saying I have Boswell, and I like Gano only because Giants fan. Yeah, and we're used to getting in the red zone. Yeah, setting up for field goals. True. Very true. Jonathan agreeing, going with Gallup and Jeff Wilson. Yeah, maybe since we agree, we should switch it. But I like those two. Those are my favorite options at this point. I wish I had Jeff in a lot more leagues. I have him in one of my points leagues, and he's one of my really big, DFS guys too. I mean, he is 5 grand on FanDuel's, which is incredibly low for a running back. He is a sneaky start today in DFS. I am playing him without even thinking twice about it. But we'll get into all that after inactives and actives, after we get a good idea of what's going on in the world of when we know what's going on with everybody. So it looks like Miles Sanders is active today after being added to the roster yesterday. Like I said before, Kenny Gainwell will be inactive. So Kenny Gainwell out of the lineup. The team still, they still like him. It's just, he's the low man on the totem pole, it looks like. John Smith saying, so I'm kind of hoping Brady will play like Brady because him and Stafford have screwed me the last. Yeah, well, I'm hoping he's like that too. They have lost me the last two. Yeah, well, hopefully the Giants can get in his face. That's my biggest, hope is they can get a little bit in their face. They're going to be short via. To me, that's huge. He's the big run. He's the reason why they're one of the better teams against the run. It's not, their linebackers are great, but it's one of those things where he stops it before they even have to. That's why Devin White hasn't been producing in IDP. So for me, I'm really waiting to see what happens with that. And I'm excited for tomorrow's game. I really am. It's rare that I'm excited about a Giants game, just because they've been hard to watch lately. But hopefully this game goes well. It's Monday night. It's prime time. It's just nice when they're playing in a primetime game where I can watch Red Zone all day and just, relax. I love watching Red Zone and just enjoying that. So Patrick asking, while fans on a bye, I grabbed Dan Arnold. How do you feel about him? The pros are big on him. Honestly, I like Dan Arnold. His stats the last few weeks have really shown that he's a target that Trevor Lawrence likes. Honestly, I like him a lot. I was trying to find a way to get him in my lineup in one way or another. With some daily fantasy, he's dirt cheap. He's at 5,400. So, Lamar Jackson is going to be out, from what I'm told. This is by Ian Rappaport. Ravens, Lamar Jackson, questionable with an illness, is out versus, he's officially inactive today. So Lamar Jackson, inactive, get him out of your lineup. This is kind of, I don't want to say it's a surprise, but he is definitely, I was not thinking he would play today. So he is out of your lineup. So let me, I need to add that to my ticker just because that is some big news. So make sure you guys are checking out the ticker below. Make sure you get them out of your lineup. John Smith asking, also pick one, Pittman, Ingram, and Deontay. Oh, that's tough. Pittman has a really hard matchup today. Ingram, I like just because of volume. Deontay is, going against a really tough Chargers pass defense. Bosa back. I feel a little bit more inclined to play either Pittman or Ingram. I think I'm going to go Ingram, and it's only because Pittman's going to be lined up with White. I think that's going to be a little hard to go against. So just so everyone's aware that hasn't already heard, Lamar Jackson is out today. Make sure you take him out of your lineup ASAP. Then boy saying, I like Arnold. I'm starting him in 3 of my leagues. Good. Yeah, he's one of my guys. Looks like Tremaine Edmonds for the Bills is going to be listed as questionable, is out today. So he will be out today. He is probably one of their better, defensive players. He will be out today. Yeah, I've already seen the Giants page, bunch fans with these playoff scenarios. I'm like, damn, just who's out? Yeah, I know. Maybe if it was 14 minutes, fourth quarter, we'll be. Yeah, I know. Them boys agreeing with me. Ingram might be your best bet, Jonathan. So I'm going to stick with Ingram here. So we're getting the list of inactives now. It looks like Jared Goff will be inactive as well. We already kind of knew that. A lot of people thought he might, not be, but he will be inactive. It looks like Curtis Samuel will be inactive as well for the Washington football team. A few other guys that probably no one cares about, and Ricky Seals-Jones. He will be inactive as well. So get those guys out of your lineup if you haven't already. Man, love seeing the first three inactives being Saints players. Yeah, you guys have a ton out, and it's tough. Those are probably your top three options on that team. Armstead is probably a Pro Bowl left tackle. Ramczyk is as well. So I like all those. Bears inactives are coming out. It looks like Damian Williams, Allen Robinson, and Eddie Jackson will be out today. So Allen Robinson is out today. Nick Foles as well. So get them out of your lineup. I wasn't thinking that Allen Robinson would play, so he's already out. Looks like Allen Lazard is out for the Packers. We already kind of knew that as well. Yeah, I can't do it. I like watching the pros, even though I should be watching college. Looks like Darius Leonard will be active for today. He's been dealing with an ankle injury, but he will be active today for the Colts. That's kind of a big boost for the Colts right now. We finally got an official. Elijah Mitchell is inactive today. Jermichael Hasty will be out as well. So those are kind of a big blow to the 49ers, but I don't think it's enough to knock them back. So we were just talking about the Saints, and it looks like Juwan Johnson, their tight end, will be out. Big move for Adam Troutman, maybe. Who knows? Ty Montgomery is out, like we said. Tyron Armstead, Ryan Ramczyk, Alvin Kamara, all are inactive, but Taysom Hill is active today. So make sure you get him in your lineup if you want. Not as a starter, though. And no, I would not fire up Sherman. You cannot convince me to play Sherman today. I would play Juszczyk before I played Sherman. It looks like Donovan Peoples-Jones is officially inactive, so just be aware. He will be active. Right now, they're short at wide receiver in Cleveland, so be aware of that. No. Let's be clear. You can play Troutman. Yeah. Tim Boys is definitely agreeing. Do not play Sherman. Yeah, he might average 4 drops a game, but he's still being targeted 7 to 8 times a game. Trevor Siemian likes him. He looks like he's a better option. Troutman is definitely in play if Juwan Johnson is out. That's just all I'm saying. It looks like they like giving me all these separate things, and then they give me like the whole list. So officially active, James Robinson. Latavius Murray is active. So be aware of that for the Devontae Freeman owners. Taysom Hill as well, inactives. Lamar Jackson, Elijah Mitchell, Jared Goff, Zach Wilson, Curtis Samuel, and Kenneth Gainwell will all be inactive today. Kenneth Gainwell is a healthy scratch. It's just to make room. Jonathan, since you're a little bit newer to this show, when I was on the show in the beginning of the year, Troutman was my guy. He was my guy to do better and beyond what I thought he would do. it didn't work out the way I thought it would. But it is what it is. You got to live with what you did. But I do still think he's a good option considering they're short in so many other positions. Flacco a start today? No, I would not start Flacco if you paid me to start him. I think he's an upgrade for the Jets. I really do. I think he's a big upgrade for their particular for their quarterback. I think he's better than Zach Wilson and Mike White. He's a vet. He's one of those guys that knows what he's doing. But I think the Miami defense is actually pretty stout. So I would not be playing Joe Flacco today. So. Okay. It looks like Patrick Peterson and Harrison Smith are both active today. So both of them are going to be in the lineup for the Minnesota Vikings. That kind of increases their defense a little bit. So good for them. Yeah, I know. I know that he got you there. He's still a good player. One of the best. He was rated as one of the best run blocking tight ends. I know that's kind of, it is what it is, but he can still catch the ball, still runs routes. I like him. Yeah, I know. He might, but with John Johnson out, they're already weak at those positions. I wouldn't trust that. I wouldn't trust what Sean says. I mean, even if they commit those kind of penalties, I get that you want to put him in the doghouse, but you have no one else. You have no one else. Who are you playing? And with your two tackles out, I'm definitely playing Troutman because you're going to need to chip the outside rush of the Eagles. They're actually pretty good at, their defense is actually better than what people think they are. And they have, they're down only one guy that's, relevant with Graham, but they pretty much are going to need to help stop this particular team. So honestly, he's going to be playing as many snaps as possible. I'm telling you now, he will be out there. He will be fine. All righty. So with that out of the way, let me set up my stuff so that we can get you into this. But I'm gonna start by going into my daily fantasy value picks. Oh, we got them boys. You still have Kirk over Gallup with no Murray. Oh, well, them boys keeping me honest here. I haven't gotten to adjust all my rankings yet. No, I have Gallup over Kirk by one spot. I have him 25, Kirk 20, 26. I still like Christian Kirk though. And I got to take all these guys out of my rankings. So don't hold me to my rankings yet there, then boys. I have to, whenever inactives come in and out, I have to make sure I get those guys out. I just haven't, I've been on here with you guys, shooting the breeze and making sure we have all these guys out. Oh. No, I'm going to go Gallup with this particular news. I like Gallup a little more. I'm playing Gallup in one of my dynasty leagues, for sure. I like the matchup better. I like the quarterback better. Ooh, Salvin Ahmed is out. Ooh. Looks like I'm going to be switching back to Gaskin. I didn't know that Salvin Ahmed was going to be out today. That is a boost for Gaskin for sure. That didn't come through my wire. So Myles Gaskin looks like he'll be a good option today, and might be a pick in daily as well. Interesting. Like I said, I'm still higher on Gallup. I like Gallup a lot. So I would be playing him. So, made that last second switch. It's probably going to hurt me in the long run, but I like it. I like the matchup. I've been juggling Gaskin and Ingram all week. My biggest thing was was the whole situation, with the team and how they're going to use him and so on and so forth. If Salvin Ahmed's out, that means they're gonna lean on Gaskin and Lard or Patrick Lard. That's tough. I'm happy that I went with that. Jonathan going Cooks or Moore full PPR. I'm assuming it's Brandon Cooks or DJ Moore. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go. Oh, this one's tough. Let me go to the rankings to see what I would do here. Yeah, I have Brandon Cooks at like 40 and DJ Moore at like 8. Yeah, go with DJ Moore. No, don't be sorry. Never be sorry. It's a sign of weakness. NCIS. All right. So I'm going to be just giving you guys a few DFS plays that I, kind of went through the list. I use FanDuel's numbers, so just be aware of that. So I don't use DraftKings. I use FanDuel for when I do my particular daily fantasy. That's just my own choice. But these are the numbers for FanDuel. So for quarterback values, I have Jalen Hurts at 7,700 versus the Saints. That's not a bad price for him. He's definitely worth it, in my opinion. That he finishes in the top 10 every week. You can't argue those numbers. Russell Wilson going against Arizona, he's $7,300. Not a bad price. Hasn't been playing well with that finger, but still not a bad option. For that price. Jimmy G is $7,100 versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. I kind of like him, but I think he can only put up like 15 points for you. It's kind of rough. And Jacksonville's been doing pretty well lately. So it's not a bad play. I think it's a good matchup for him. I think he'll be fine. Tua at $7,000 is against the Jets. That's a steal. You put him with Waddle and just, enjoy everything that you get. Oh, wow. I have all cards receivers in free agency in my league. I would pick up Kirk and leave him on your bench. And if Hopkins is there, grab Hopkins. But if you're talking about just AJ Green and Christian Kirk and Rondale Moore, I would pick up Kirk out of all three of those, or out of those guys. So I have Cooks now with Tyrod back. He probably is favorite, most veteran receiver. Yeah. Them boys are saying pick up Kirk and Hop. I mean, if Hop is available, definitely pick him up. DeAndre Hopkins is a great option if he's the one that is dropped. But not this week. He's not playing. So chances of your Danny Dimes out dueling Tom, very slim. But I think that they can do well. He's had the bye week to kind of used to things. The receivers he knows he's going to have, they can game plan a little bit and have it where they, feel comfortable. Saquon can take a little bit off of him a little bit because I think Saquon's going to be available. For me, it's one of those things where I don't think he outduels. I think that he will do fine in this particular scenario. So I'm good. I'm good with Danny Dimes as like a really good option if you really need somebody. And, he's like, if you think Murray might play, which a lot of the reports say he won't, and you go down till game time and you then realize he's out, you can pivot to him and he'd be fine. Giants play good in games that they're supposed to be blown out, so they don't win games they should. Yeah, I agree. Is there any Giants receiver you play today, or is it safer to go with none of them? Honestly, none of them might be the better option, but if I'm going to trust a Giants receiver, I'm going to go with Kenny Galladay. I don't mind Kadarius Toney, of course, but I don't mind Kenny Galladay. But I think Toney might have more of a better option with Sterling out. So we just had this question a minute ago, Hector. We're going to go with Gallup. It's because Murray's out. I really do like Christian Kirk a lot. I think he played well the last few weeks. He's kind of the main receiver. He's kind of gotten a boot, like a little bit of a jump in the receiver depth chart a little bit compared to AJ Green. So in this case, though, I'd play Gallup just because I like the matchup better. I like the quarterback better, and I think that they will do fine against the Chiefs. So that's who I'm going with. Running backs in daily fantasy that I'm looking to target are AJ Dillon, $7,000 versus Minnesota. I think that's a great value for him. Another guy that's just below him is David Montgomery, $6,800 versus Baltimore. I think that's great. I think Baltimore is going to be sluggish on offense now that they have Tyler Huntley in. I think that this will make it where they're going to be, the Baltimore defense is going to be tired out a little bit. So I'm going to go with David Montgomery. Mark Ingram, 6,800 versus Philadelphia. That's a great price for his, the amount of volume he's going to be getting today. Another one is Myles Gaskin, $6,200 against the Jets. That's almost a steal. Yes. 6,800 for Montgomery is a steal. Get him. Yeah. Those are a huge combo. I would definitely I'm thinking about it. I'm going to bring up my lineup in a few minutes. I just wanted to go through my running back group real quick. And another one is Jeff Wilson for $5,000. That is a steal. That's a way that you can play those top options. Those guys are definitely options I'm looking for. Michael Gallup for the wide receivers. He's $5,400 in FanDuel today versus the Chiefs. That's really low. Rashad Bateman is $5,800 versus Chicago. Now with the Huntley news, I'd probably not want to play him, but if he's the only option, you got to throw to somebody. And Chicago is very poor against the pass. So I'm okay with that. Wait, who put Wilson at 5K? Oh, no, Wilson's not at 5K. He's at 7,300. 7,300. Oh, you mean Jeff Wilson? Yeah. Yeah, they need to be fired because he was projected to start all week. He should have been in $6,000. But I'm fine with it. I'm going to be taking him everywhere. Other wide receivers, Traquan Smith, $5,700. He's got a tough matchup against Slay, but I think that, he's the better option. And at that cheap price, that's, a better situation. Jalen Waddle, man, $6,700 against the Jets. I'm loading him up everywhere. Tyler Lockett, 6,800. Not a bad matchup against Arizona. I'm starting all those guys in one way or another. Tight ends, if you don't want to go with the top four options, which in daily, it's kind of one of those things where kind of you want to go with those top options. But if you want to avoid the top options, Dawson Knox against Indy, $5,600. Not bad at all. Tyler Conklin, $5,500 versus Green Bay. Great matchup. Dan Arnold, who we talked about before, $5,400. Great option right there versus San Francisco. Austin Hooper, with all the wide receiver, things happening over there in Cleveland, $5,300 versus Detroit. Great matchup. CJ Uzmazada, wow, I just said Uzmazada, didn't I? TJ Uzman, $5,200 at the Raiders. I think that's a great matchup as well. Zach Ertz, $5,000 versus Seattle. Not a bad option. Colt McCoy used him a lot, so we'll see. And then we have Carolina for a defense, $4,100 versus the Washington football team. Not a bad option. Titans at $5,600 versus Houston. That's a good way to put it. Then, boys, what do you think of Bateman without Lamar? It's tough, man. It's really tough. I don't know how much I trust it. Honestly, it's a really tough scenario there. Huntley is not a top, QB option in my opinion. I think that it will kind of lower his value a tad. But I do like the matchup. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to be playing him. I had him in a lot of my DFS lineups. I kind of removed him from it because I found better options, and I think that you should do the same. That's just me, though. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set it up real quick so that we can view my screen real quick. Just wanted to get this going for you guys. All right. Why is that so small? It is what it is. Hopefully you guys can see the screen. If you have any problems with it, let me know. I can put it as a full screen if we really need to. So for QB, like I said, some options. As you can see for FanDuel, they have Josh Allen at the top. They got Kylo Murray a little lower. They got Lamar out. Well, they haven't even listed him out yet, so hopefully people leave him in. Jalen Hurts right here at $7,700. Not a bad option. I'm going to go with Patrick Mahomes at 8,300. That's not bad at all. Ooh, we got an IDP question. I haven't had one of these in a while. So, them boys, got an IDP question. Hendrickson, Jonathan Allen, Quentin Williams, or Max Crosby struggling with TJ Watt out. I like Hendrickson a lot, actually. I know Quentin Williams has been doing well as well. I really do like the matchup on the Raiders tackles. I think Hendrickson is just a nasty, underrated player, in my opinion. I like Jonathan Allen, but I really like Hendrickson a lot more. Max Crosby's great too. I like both of them. I think that's going to be a very defensive game, more than people think it will be. So I'm picking from one of those two. So I think Crosby might be the better option. I think Crosby's more the higher ceiling. Hendrickson's the higher floor. So yeah, I like Hendrickson. I just there's something about him. So Dave White. Nice to meet you. I don't think I've seen your name on here, but if you have, great. If not, make sure you like and subscribe to the show. We are donating essentially $2 to St. Jude's Children's Hospital for every new subscribe. Them boys who you see in the chat, he is matching our good old, Dustin with with his dollar. So that's why I said $2. So make sure you like and subscribe to the show if you like what you're hearing. Thoughts on Darrell Williams or Kadarius Toney? Thank you. Good luck today. I think Darrell Williams is going to be heavily used in that game. I think Kadarius Toney is going to be used a lot in that game too. I agree with what them boys. Oh, thanks, man. We really appreciate that. Thank you for subscribing. I really do. We're here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday night. 12:30 Pacific. 12:30 Eastern. Well, let me try that again. We're here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. 9:30 Pacific, 12:30 Eastern. And we're here every morning, 11 to 12:30 Eastern. So glad for you to sub and get us in there. Dem Boy saying Tony for upside, William is safer floor. I agree with that. I trust the running back to be a little bit safer just because they're more guaranteed targets and touches compared to wide receivers that aren't as guaranteed touches. So for me, I'm going to stick with Williams for this just because he's more guaranteed. That game looks to be a high scoring game. I just feel more comfortable playing Williams. I like Tony. I'm a Giants fan for the, if this is your first time watching. So I love Tony. I think he's going to do great, but I do feel like Williams has the, safer floor, but Tony definitely has a high upside. But I'm going to stick with Williams just to be on the safe side. So we already saw here that I picked Patrick Mahomes. You always want to make sure that you stack up a little bit. I'm going to go with Kelsey at 7,300. I think that's not a bad move in a lot of ways. I want as much as I can with this particular game as possible. I think I might also throw in Tyreek Hill. Why not? Let's throw the top three in there and, build a lineup from there. No, you know what? I'm not going to do that. And you know why? Because I have some sneaky options that I can play with here. So I'm going to already just tell you one of the guys that I'm going to be putting in without even thinking twice about it. And we already kind of talked about him in the beginning of the show. Jeff Wilson at $5,000. Boom. Done. Going to do it. I like these two options right here. Christian McCaffrey's in a good situation as well. For me, I'm not trusting what I see. I like Chubb, but I like Taylor a tad more. I think I'm going to go with Taylor. See what happens. See what I can do to build this. Yeah, I agree that Mahomes against Dallas might be a rough one. I'm not. We'll see. Let me see how this all works out the way that I want. This is how I kind of go through my thinking a little bit, just to see what I can get here. Wide receiver options, I'm going to probably go with Waddle. Love the matchup. Love the player. Love what he's got going over there. Since I paid up for all the, for Kelsey and Mahomes. Yeah, we already knew Marquise Brown is out. Sorry, I get weird reports as I'm going. I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't know how rough it might be. They might need to pass, but honestly, I think that they're going to be all right running the ball. They're going to try to keep Josh Allen off the field, in my opinion. Next, since I paid up a little bit, we might look for some safer options. This is a great price for Emmanuel Sanders. I'm paying for Emmanuel Sanders. Why not? So going with Emmanuel Sanders here. Then we're going to have to drop it a little more just to kind of see what we can do here. Another guy that's actually a pretty good price for what he's been doing lately is Marcus Johnson going against Houston. That's not a bad option that we could go to. Michael Gallup right here at 54. I'm going to grab him. Great price. Why not? Seems to be the best option. Gives us 12 to play with, which is a great thing because if I go defense, I think I'm going to go with the Tennessee Titans at 4,600, which leaves me with my flex option to be $8,100 to play with. That's great for me at 8,100. I mean, look at what I got to play with. Stephon Diggs, Dearness, CeeDee Lamb. You know what? Oh, Joe Mixon. I'm gonna have you guys pick my flex. Out of these guys, out of the flex that I got right here, I'm gonna go. I have three options for you. I want you guys to pick this for me, and it's gonna be basically based on what you guys tell me. Joe Mixon, CeeDee Lamb, or Debo. Who are you guys going with? Throw them in. I want to just pick one. I just want you guys to pick one. You got all those options out there with what the lineup we got. I want you guys to pick me one. Joe Mixon, Debo, CeeDee Lamb. Out of those three, throw your options out there. I don't care about the price. We already know what the situation is. Throw them out there. We got not Jaden at all. What's up, brother? Debo all the way. All right. Well, Den Boys is playing the homer card with Lamb, but also a good matchup. So I can't give him flack on that. It is definitely a good option there. Sorry. Dave White going Debo. Okay. Jonathan Smith saying Debo too. So we got 3 people with Debo. I got 10 people in here watching. So we got 3 for Debo, 1 for Lamb. Let's try to get more options in here. It's looking like it's leaning towards Debo Samuel. No. I didn't forget that Amari's out. Amari's out with COVID. I know. Just saying. You are a Cowboys fan. It kind of gets you a little bit. Just a little bit. David White going, I like them all. I mean, those are great options for me. Patrick Laird saying he's going Mixon. Okay. All right. Any other thoughts? Right now we got Debo being the best option here. I don't know. I might use this in one of my other leagues because this is actually a pretty good lineup. All right. So since I'm not getting a lot of responses here, we're gonna go Debo. That leaves me with 500 remaining. I don't know, man. I don't know. That looks like a pretty juicy lineup in my opinion. Well, he might not. He's definitely gonna go. Oh, do good. Yeah. Unfortunately, he's in a good scenario that he will do good. Oh, Devin White, Jags fan. It's all right. Yeah, they're not going to be able to, but you know what? Still a big fan of what they got going on over there. Um, I love James Robinson. I just hope they make the right call in the offseason. Stick with Robinson. He's a stud. So this is what our lineup has. Does anyone think that we should upgrade anywhere? Love Debo for fantasy one. Love Debo for fantasy one. Yeah, he did. You destroyed me at the end of the day. We were both really like hit hard with not doing well, and then all of a sudden, boom, just destroyed us. So, or destroyed me. So, okay. So he's thinking Emmanuel Sanders. We should upgrade. So let's go to Emmanuel Sanders. See what we got. So we got Renfro, Darnell Mooney, Sanders. Honestly, who do I donate to Jude? Oh, um, reach out to reach out to me on Sleeper if you're on Sleeper. My tag is right below my name. If you can see it. If not, I'll get back to you in a few minutes. Don't get out of the chat when I'm out of here. I'll send you what you need. But if you need my sleeper tag, uh, so this is my sleeper tag. If you need to reach out to me there, I'll let you know. Oh, Sleeper is an app for fantasy football. It's another platform, kind of like Yahoo and others like that. It's a great site for news and all that other stuff. So definitely check them out. Mooney without A-Rob. I don't know, man. I still feel more comfortable with Sanders than I do with guys like Mooney. Um, it's just the matchup just is too nice. I'm gonna stick with Sanders here. I like this. I like this lineup. It just looks right. Yeah, you guys like Mooney? I don't know, man. I don't know. I really I don't know how I feel about that. Sanders putting up a lot more points per game. I like Hunter Renfro a little more than Mooney. Yeah, yeah. I like Sanders. I like Sanders. I like this matchup. I like this lineup right here. This is a great lineup I got. I think I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to stick with it. So it's all set. We're all in. Put myself in there a little bit. I do this every week myself. I play in 2 or 3 DFS leagues where, $10, $20. I do one with my buddies. So, get in. It's something that everyone should do. It's fun to do with your friends. It's fun to do with your family. Check them out. Definitely check out doing, daily with your friends and family. I love doing it. Got a lot of people in my other leagues making moves right now, trying to see what I can do to counter what they're doing a little bit. They know I'm in my show in this time, so they always try to scoop guys up and do stuff while I'm on the show. Just want to make sure my lineup is the best it can be. So right now, for those who care about my lineup, I'm doing Tua at QB, Stephon Diggs, T. Higgins. I played Jacoby Myers, unfortunately. James Robinson, Myles Gaskin with Dawson Knox and Joe Mixon in my flex. I do have Mark Ingram as an option instead of Gaskin if I want to. Like I said, for me, it's I just feel a little more comfortable knowing that what I do now. With Salvin Ahmed out, I feel a lot more comfortable with Gaskin today. So, Dave White, who are you stashing, Penny or Indo? Ooh, good question. I like Endo more just because Penny Penny just enjoys getting hurt every time. This is the most we've seen him active. I mean, played one game. Patrick Cohen, let me borrow Mixon. Honestly, I almost traded Mixon away. I had an opportunity. I messed up. I fumbled. I made it where I didn't hit accept. I kind of was I don't want to say playing around, but I was a little bit hesitant on doing it myself. I'm already in last. I don't have a lot of good keeper options. He's a good keeper for next year. I'm in the 101, spot. I can keep him in the second round at the end of the second. So for me, Mixon was one of those guys where I was like, do I take the extra first and not have Mixon, or do I keep Mixon next year, just keep all my picks and just play out next year, paying up? Unfortunately, in my league, you have to pay up. And even if I have Mixon in my, on my team, it gets me a chance to get out of where I am. We'll see. But back to Dave. Penny or Endo, I think, I think Eno is the better option in this offense. But yeah, Penny and Collins are going to be splitting. So in that same game, honestly, I like Endo more. He's a good pass down option. Penny is it's so hard to trust. So hard. Patrick, Jamal Williams is available. Think he's worth a scoop up. This is all based on your roster construction and what you need at depth. I mean, Jamal is not a bad player. He's been out the last 2 weeks. They're going to rely on the run game today. So I don't hate the option, but playing him, no. Stashing, sure. Why not? If Swift goes down, he's the guy. So. What up, not Jaden? Man, I'm back. Glad to see you. Anyways, man, would you put in Terry McLaurin or Devontae Smith? He has been on a roll the last 2 weeks. He plays the Saints, and in the other hand, Terry plays the Panthers. Thoughts? No, you're right, man. They're both in tough matchups. Terry McLaurin going against Stephon Gilmore. Devontae Smith going against Marcus Lattimore. Those are two really tough options. Jalen Hurts might have a rough day today because the Saints are going to have to rely on their defense. Based on what all their injuries on the offensive side of the ball. I don't fully, I like Devontae Smith. I really do. But Terry McLaurin does well and has been doing well against really bad or really good, corners. Bradbury, who else did he face this year? A few other guys that are really top end guys, and he still does well, even with Heineke throwing him the ball, which I still don't understand. I feel a little bit better about Terry McLaurin than I do Devontae Smith. Not saying that Smith won't do well, but Marcus Lattimore is a true shutdown, and I just feel more comfortable with this option with Carolina. I mean, in my rankings. I have who is it? We have Smith and Terry, so I have Devontae at 24, and I have Terry McLaurin at 13. I just feel more comfortable with Terry McLaurin, in my opinion. I'm playing Terry McLaurin in all, in the leagues that I have him. So I just like the option. I like him better as a player in general. He's been a little banged up, but I just like him. Devontae messed something up too. So I'm waiting all week for this Sunday stream. I know what's going on. Perry, how you doing, man? Flex, DJ Moore, Beasley, Goddard, or Corey Davis. DJ is the easy pick, but he's scoring really low. Yeah, you're in a boat that a lot of people are in right now. DJ Moore is definitely the better talent in this group. I don't trust Cam Newton a lot. He's not one of my favorite, but his running is just beyond better than most. So that's where, he doesn't throw the ball. Beasley's hurt. Goddard has been underperforming. Corey Davis isn't a horrible option. With Flacco in, it might be a better option today. But it's hard not to play DJ Moore over those guys. I have DJ ranked at 18 this week. Still an underwhelming, top wide receiver 2. Corey Davis, though, I have more at 31. And, I just feel more confident with DJ Moore coming in. So that's what I would go with. Neanderthal, want another tough one. J. Robert Connor. That's a great, great question. I like James Robinson, man. He's always a sneaky top 12 guy. Always finishes in that top 12. Does well the last few weeks, even with the injury. Connor is doing well too. I actually have Connor ranked at 11 versus Seattle. I think they're going to rely on him a little more. So it looks like it might be Connor, but I really do like James Robinson. So I'm going to give you Connor. Just rank them higher. I know they're going to be kind of, on them. Duncan Carter. Yo, what's up, man? Who do you like best this week? Cam, Tua, or Fields? Tua. I like Tua. Not a big fan of Cam Newton. I have never been a fan of Cam Newton. I guess it's because I drafted him one year and he screwed me. But I don't like the matchup for him. That line is, it's good. So I don't trust him. I like Tua, better matchup. Patrick Law, let me see. We got, would you dump Van Jefferson or leave him on the bench? He pissed me off Monday night, but now with Beckham in at receiver, I would still hold on to him. The news with Robert Woods kind of makes it where everyone is kind of back to where they are in the pecking order in a way. Van got a lot more targets last week, even with OBJ there. I know they have another week and the bye to kind of, keep things moving and kind of get used to things. So for me, I just feel a little bit more comfortable with Van Jefferson just on my bench. I'm probably not going to play him, but I don't think I would dump him yet. He's not at that point. Anthony, what up, brother? Anthony representing in the chat. Killing it, Mike. Super busy morning, bro. Can't wait for some football. It's okay, brother. You know that I'm always going to be here. This is my Sunday. I like coming in here, talking with you guys, getting things, a little bit better wrapped up. So don't worry. It's all good. Patrick going, Duncan, definitely Tua. So we're all kind of agreeing with Tua here. Duncan going, thanks, man. Do you mind clarifying why you like Tua over Fields and Cam? And thank you. Yeah, Duncan, honestly, Tua has the better matchup. He's been playing better lately. He played okay against the Ravens coming in after being hurt last week. I like him a little bit better. Cam, I just don't trust with his passing ability. His rushing floor is better. Like, he has a good rushing floor. Going against Washington, I think they can handle his scenario. It's just how I feel about that. Fields, I just don't trust yet. I don't care who they're facing. They're facing who are they facing? They're facing Baltimore, who I think Fields might have a decent game, but I'm not going to play Fields until I start seeing more consistency. Tua is definitely the better option in my opinion. I picked him over Jimmy Garoppolo, who I picked up to replace Stafford for this week for the bye. I feel more comfortable with Tua just because of the matchup. That Jets defense is very bad and gives up a ton of points to the quarterback. I feel a lot safer with that option. So that's my opinion about it. Anthony going Miami or San Francisco. Well, come on, Anthony. This is your team here you're talking about. Do you like San Francisco against the Jags or do you like Miami against the Jets? I'm surprised you're even asking that question. I feel like you would have automatically put in San Francisco's defense. Duncan going, okay, thanks, brother. Yeah, that's what we're here for, man. I'm here to help you break it down. Hopefully, and if you have thoughts about it, you tell me your thoughts, and maybe I'm wrong, but definitely let me know how you feel about it. Let me know what you're thinking about that scenario. For me, that's how I feel. I know that a lot of people are a little bit more willing to play Cam because of his rushing floor, but he can't throw the ball. I'd rather have somebody that can, even Tua, who can run it a little bit, still can throw the ball a little bit more accurately than Cam and do well. I'd rather have a QB that puts up 250 to 300 yards a game that can have 30 rushing yards and a couple of passing touchdowns compared to Cam, who will have like the one rushing touchdown. But yeah, it's a loaded question for sure. They both have good matchups, both good defenses. I'm going with Miami for you there, just to make you change it up and not have one of your San Francisco guys in there. I just like Miami. That it's going to be a good game for them. Joe Flacco, decent quarterback, but still kind of one of those, that sticks in the pocket and can't move out of the pocket. At least Lawrence will run it a little bit and get out of there. So I feel like it's a better option, in my opinion, just because you can get more sacks off of that. So Miami is definitely in for, at least 4 or 5 sacks with, I don't know, 2 interceptions and maybe a forced fumble. So I just feel better with Miami. So getting closer and closer to game time. It's 12:17. We got another 15, 20 minutes till we're out of here. So if you have any questions before I get out of here, please let me know. I'm here for you guys. I'll even extend a little longer if we get more questions that come in, just because I want to help you guys get your lineup set. My lineups are locked and loaded. Anthony, if you weren't here in the beginning or at any point now that you're listening, I made the switch to Myles Gaskin over Mark Ingram because I found out Salvin Ahmed is out today. So it looks like it will just be Patrick Lard and him. I feel a little bit more comfortable with this lineup now, with Gaskin being, more of the every down player compared to what he's used to. I know Patrick will kind of put it out, but them boys going Pittman, Foreman, or Bateman. With the news with Lamar, I don't like Bateman, just because it's just going to be a rough day for Tyler Huntley. Pittman and Foreman are not bad options. I like Pittman, even though he's going to be, covered by Tre'Davious White. I think he's just bigger than him. He's going to be able to, post up a little bit. Deontay Foreman's hard to trust, even though it's a good matchup. I'm going to go with Foreman. I just think he's a safer option. I think Foreman's the safer option. I think Pittman is the higher upside. So that's how I'm going to answer that question. Almost forgot about my listener league setup. Got to make sure I beat Tyrod's pulmonologist. God. Calbeck. What am I going to do with you? All right. Yeah, I think I like my lineup here. Terry McLaurin. I got to play Tony. I got Shepard out. Yeah. So. Yes, big news. Hopefully this solidifies Gaskin with with an atmosphere. roll if he balls out. He's done it before, though, and still came back. At least this helps his every other game. Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully. Gaskin, Wilson, or Foreman. Ooh, I like, oh, them boys, you're killing me here. You're killing me with these questions. It's great. Great questions. I have literally Jeff Wilson, Gaskin, and Ingram within a literal 17, 18, 19. All of them. Because I just adjusted my rankings. Because that news made me want to reevaluate my options at running back. I love Jeff Wilson so much. That run game right now in the run game in San Francisco, they ran it 40 times. Gaskin, I like in this game, but I like Wilson more. There's less behind him. I'm going to go with Wilson. I like Wilson. If I had Wilson, I'd be playing Wilson over Gaskin, but I stupidly dropped him for Singletary. Honestly, Duncan, they are playing the Jets, and the Bears don't have any receivers. Plus, okay, Cam was one game wonder. He scored twice off the goal line. That's it. Yeah, I get that. Dave asking thoughts on Tampa Bay's defense rest of the season. Let's see. Let's see what Tampa has got for the rest of the season. So Tampa has the Giants, the Colts, the Falcons, the Bills, the Saints, Panthers, and Jets. So they have a pretty decent schedule coming up. Colts is going to be a tough one. Falcons will be easy. Bills are going to be a little tough. Saints might be a little easy. I mean, I don't hate them. I mean, they've been underproducing. You can definitely grab someone else. I don't know. It's hard to tell for rest of season stuff. This week they're going to do fine. Daniel is always good for a fumble and something. But I really, yeah. Rest of season they're probably top 10, but probably on the lower end of the top 10 in my opinion. So Patrick asking, pissed I could grab Wilson and didn't. Yeah. I had him in my IR the whole season, took him out of my IR, needed to make a move, and I dropped him, and someone picked him up before I could, adjust my bench to go pick him up, and it's on me. I'm in another league, so. Giants are atrocious in primetime games. Yeah, so this week Tampa's going to do well. They probably have another good week with Atlanta 2 weeks from then, and with the Saints a week after that. So we'll see. They're not, like I said, they're probably top 10 moving forward at defense, but they're probably one of those teams where you're going to be frustrated every so often. So it is what it is. So we got 8 minutes till game time, or till I'm out of here. Another 40 minutes till game time, roughly. So make sure you guys get your rosters set and ready to go. Yeah, we almost beat Brady last year. We tend to do well against Brady. I think it's in his head. I think he just keeps thinking about it over and over again. This team destroyed me. This team destroyed me. Beat us in the Super Bowl. I think that's in his head at all times. So the questions I've asked have been in for free league, so I'm going to start all your picks and see how they do. Oh, thanks a lot. I hope they do well, man. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get better at getting you guys the most accurate information possible, hoping that I can do well. So definitely, them boys, let me know how those picks go in private. I definitely want to know. I'm just, I'm trying to get better at giving you guys better starts, options. I know that I've been whiffing on a couple of them, but that's just, that's just how fantasy football is. But I'm trying to get better so that every week you guys get the best information possible. So hopefully, you can let me know how that goes. Patrick going, okay, guys, have double checked rosters and 10 to my kid before kickoff. good luck to all. Have a nice happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Patrick. Glad to always have you here. Too bad your long lost cousin wasn't here today to be here. I'm glad we found you there. Anthony going, I'm playing Wilson in the listener league. Good luck, Ant. He's been doing well lately. You're coming up slowly as well. For those who care about our listener league, I'll give a little bit of a breakdown for you. Ooh, it looks like they gave Anthony the fire here. Got the fire, 95% looking to win this particular matchup against Wilson. So it looks like you're going to do just fine. He played Hunter Henry, so you're already up in that. We got Dem Boys at the top with 7-3. So trust what, Dem Boys is doing over there. Lou Camp right below him. Ryan M. Hick is right below him. We got Rasta jumping me last week. Wilson just below him. Me in sixth. I was at the top. Don't feel comfortable at the top. Never feel comfortable at the top. Fortunately, I did. I'm playing I'm playing Calbeck this week, who's in seventh. We got Fish and Frank at 8. We got McGoats in 9. We got Lord of Fanta in 10th. We got NYG Guy in 11th. And we got our very own Dustin at the very bottom at 12th. Oof. 3-7. Rough year for Dustin in this league. It's okay, though. He's in like 10 different leagues. So it is what it is. Them boys going, everyone gets a bunch of these wrong. That's why we ask other people, so we have someone else to blame. It's so true, though. That's where the problem is with a lot of these start-sit stuff, where you can blame me at the end of the day for messing up your lineup, even though you're the one that put them in. It is what it is. Like I said, we're just here to, shoot the shit with you, talk, make sure you guys, get our side of the ball, our side of the opinion of what's going on in this thing, our particular viewpoint on it. If it's different from yours and you agree with mine and you want to play it, go ahead, enjoy. But at the end of the day, you make the decision. We all know that. So, Anthony, I'm on fire. 5-game win streak. Started 1-4 and now 6-4. Yes, and you're in 4th. So good for you. I've lost 2 in a row, but I'm looking for a big bounce back game against Calback today. I'm feeling it. Feeling good. So we're almost there. We're almost right at the end. We are 3 minutes left. So if you have any, other things you want to talk about, please let me know. I'm going to push this real quick and just throw out a quick little thing about Underdog Fantasy. Just remember, check them out. They're a great site for daily fantasy stuff. They do the pick'ems. They do all different types of stuff. Sorry, I'm scrolling at the moment. We have had a lot of chatting today. But make sure you guys use the promo code GETRIGHT. And when you do, you will get 100% of what you put in. They will match it 100%. So anything above, I think, $10, they will match. So make sure you guys use our promo code, support the show, and make sure you guys on your first deposit use that. They'll match anything, man. I remember in the beginning they matched it and it was great. So make sure you guys are checking them out. And then also, like I mentioned in the beginning of the show, we are going to be donating $2 essentially, even though it's, one, what we have written down. But we are going to be donating $2 to St. Jude's Research Hospital for every new subscriber. Our very own Dem Boys is matching Dustin, who will be donating $1 for every new subscriber. So that makes it $2. We also have commitments from other people that are willing to help as well and donate more money if we can get above 300 or higher. We're pushing every week to try to get for ourselves, but we're also doing it so we can get more money for the kids and try to do that. That is a huge thing and a great, great cause. So please make sure you guys like and subscribe to the show. We really appreciate it for us, but we also appreciate it for the kids. So please, please like, and subscribe. Them boys saying I'm probably going to lose today, so I'm not going to be on the top for long. Hey, man, like I said, it's hard to be on top, man. Always people aiming for you to get above you. Anthony's setting my DFS lineup now. You're going down again, Mike. Second place last week. Should have had first. And it's been killing it in my daily fantasy league that I have been, that we're both in. I've won 2 weeks in a row at first place, or not 2 weeks in a row. I won 2 weeks out of the 10. My brother's won, I think, 2 weeks out of the 10. I think Anthony, I thought you won it last week. Well, he missed it by 2. He got second place. Missed it by 0.75. Wow. I thought he had it. But either way, yeah, love that league. Love being a part of it. $10, we do about $10 every week, and we just keep, rolling it, doing the best we can. We got 14 guys in there that we try to get that up as high as possible. So it's great to have. Doing another DFS league with my brother and friends, doing about $20, but we don't have as many people in there. This week, I think, how many do we have? Yeah, we got 5 in there. So a good $100 in that pot, which is always good. So, all right, everybody, it is 12:30. I need to get ready for my particular, daily routine. Make sure you guys like and subscribe the show. We're here for you guys every Monday. Yeah, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday night, 9:30 Pacific, 12:30 Eastern the next day. And we're here every morning on Sunday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 Eastern. So make sure you guys check us out. Make sure you like and subscribe. And like I said, it's going towards a good cause. We're doing it for the kids. Anthony telling me great show. Thanks, bro. That's what I'm here for. Great to keep the channel moving. Great to keep everything alive. That's what I'm here for. I appreciate them very much for letting me do this. Every time I'm on here, I'm very thankful for, Dustin, Anthony, Frank. Thank you for all you guys do for me to be on here. So thanks a lot. And like I said, we'll see you next week. Good luck with all your teams. Good luck on your week 11 and your dailies and everything. We'll see you next week.